Welcome to Small Business, Big Network, the podcast for small business owners who want big results from their networking. I'm Liz Drury, a freelance voiceover artist who knows that if you're not working, then networking could help. Sairan Aqrawi is an engineer and also a business coach. Networking is really important to her, and it's something she encourages her clients to do too. Thank you very much for being my guest on the podcast today, Sairan.
Thank you so much, Liz, for having me.
Now, you're a business coach, which is what we're mainly going to talk about in a moment, but also an engineer, which is an interesting combination. But before we get into all of that, tell us where you're from and where you're currently based.
Thank you, Liz. I'm Kurdish from north of Iraq. I moved to the United States many years ago, back in 1996. Right now, I'm living in Washington, D.C. with my husband and my 2 kids.
Lovely. Well, I know exactly where you are because I've lived very close to there myself.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the engineering. We're not going to concentrate on that, but I am interested to know what kind of engineering you're involved in.
Yes. So originally, my bachelor is in civil engineering back from Iraq. I graduated many, many years ago. And when I moved to the United States, I realized that bachelor will not take me anywhere if I want to really grow and scale in my career. So I went back to school and I pursued my master in system integration. Right after I graduated from my master in 2017, I was all pumped and yes, I'm smart, let's do it. I thought I can do even the doctoral. So I started my doctoral, but I only done 1 semester because while I was doing my doctoral program, I was introduced to be a mentor at the same university. I fell in love with the mentoring and coaching and guiding the younger engineers. And I never completed my doctoral. And I started a business and never looked back. Yes.
So what was it about the mentoring that really attracted you?
I think when you do something like when you leave an impact and you make a change, especially for volunteer work, like when you do mentoring for those committee in the university, you are not expecting anything in return. You're just doing your best and providing guidance and advices. And when I was getting the feedback from those students, it just made me so fulfilled. And feeling that I have a sense of purpose. It's not only I'm making a money in my job. Here, those young girls who remind me about my own daughter, which she was in school. And look what I'm doing. Come back and say yes because of your advice. Now we are having more clarity to either pursue in our master or just start working as an engineer. So the feedback push me to keep doing those volunteer work at my university.
Yeah.
Yes.
And these were all women within the engineering department, were they?
Yes. Although I spoke and mentor on different platforms. So the Women in Engineering was at my school at George Washington University. But I did mentor other women in tech and women in technology and other women platform. As much as I say I'm a business coach for midlife women, I do get also requests from men sometimes because the reason why I'm a certified coach with ICF, I'm an ACC, so men do contact me for their mentorship required for the certification. So I guess I can tell I'm open for both, but merely, most focus on the midlife woman.
Yeah. So how long did the training take to become a fully certified coach?
It depends on your pace because I was working and I'm still working full-time job. Some people who just designate their life to be a small business woman, they can, finish those license and tests and everything and certification in a shorter time. But because I was doing it part-time while taking care of the kids and also doing my full-time job, it took a little bit longer.
Yeah. So tell me about your clients now. Who are they? Are they all still engineers that come to you, and are they all midlife?
It's kind of mixed because I think before we record, we talked briefly about my old niche before when I had my full-blown website. It was about international women who moved to the United States trying to fulfill their American dream. I closed that niche, or I closed that company last year on September, and my new niche or my niche is midlife women who seek to discover their potential or their hidden gem. Meaningful, like what I'm trying to say is my client, not necessarily they come to me as a full time or empty nester or ready to retire. They are all mixed up platforms. So I have some client who's still working a full time like me, but they still seeking the joy in their job. They feel like this is not what they can do. They have a lot more to offer. So they seek guidance and clarity and focus to do what to do next. I have some clients who are close to their mid 50 or beginning of 60 because they are planning to exit their job and they don't want to feel empty. After that they want to do something different. So it depends on the range. Like I get tech women and non-tech women.
Yeah. And how many people are you working with at any one time?
I normally don't take a lot. I rather to focus on 2 and 3 at one time. And the reason why, actually two reasons. First, I'm a full-time employee.
Yeah.
So I'm only having the time to support them after the work hours, which is 4:30 and in the weekend. And also I want to be concentrated. The quality of my coaching, it depends not to filling my plate. I rather to leave a great impact in a few clients than having 10 and doing a medium job. So
Yeah.
I'd rather to just focus on the quality.
Yeah. And how does the coaching work? How do you help your clients? What does a sort of typical session look like?
I would say first, I always love the introduction, meaning like I do 1 hour complimentary to know each other's, because again, I might not be the best coach they are seeking. So if they are within this area, Maryland, DC, or Virginia, I rather to meet them for a coffee for 1 hour. We ask question. I do ask them a lot of question what they are seeking, what is their goal, the time frame. Do they want to overnight change, which is impossible? I'm not a magician, right? I can change their life in 24 hours. I tell them it's a process. They are basically they will do a lot of homework and work on their site in order to see the difference. Then after, if we get in an agreement, they begin before they get the first session with me, the paid session, they will get a box which is contain a book and a notebook and a small, just welcoming, gift.
Yeah.
So they feel like they are in a welcome space. There is no judgment. I'm here to guide them. I'm their coach. I'm not their friend yet because we need to get to know each other's and, follow them on the path. Then we have a month session. I used to have 3 month and 6 month. I changed it to 1 month because I start feeling that people lose the interest and their patience span. I'm sure, Liz, you see it in your client. They lose their patience in a very short time. So I prefer to have them for 1 month so we can, have the momentum
Yeah.
and the motivation on both sides. And this is why I said in my Instagram 28 days, because all you need 28 days with me to gain clarity. And I'm going to leave you with the 30 days or 31 if the month contain 31 days to celebrate and enjoy the hidden gem that you discover. And towards the end, when they finish with me and they pay full, they will get another box gift, which will be a book that I feel this client need to read. So for example, if the client hire me for a job or career promotion, or if they are midlife women and they feel stuck in their place and they are seeking those promotion for a long time, it's never happened. So because I'm a big reader, I love to read and write, I will know which kind of book it will be a best fit for them, and I will give them that book with another notebook. And I tell them, don't get excited. The notebook is fancy and beautiful. I don't want you to keep it on the shelf. I want you to write every aha moment, every enlightenment statement that you discover through our, coaching in
Yeah.
that notebook. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, love it. And what kind of difference do you see the coaching making to people?
I feel like in the beginning, because I was the same before I become a certified coach myself, you kind of question you spectacle about, okay, should I do this? Is coaching is an accessory? Is coaching something that I really need to do? Because a lot of people still don't believe on it, because they said, okay, I'm going to just search at Google and YouTube. Okay, that's fine. I'm not against that. We all have accessibility to YouTube and Google and AI and all of that. But where is the accountability partner?
Yeah.
Where is that person that'll hold you accountable and check on you about the growth steps? We all willing to surge and learn more and be a better version of ourselves. But if there is no accountability measurement, seeing the different, did you move from A to B, or you still stuck in A? Because I can listen to all the YouTube on the wall, I can read all the book on the wall. I'm a coach myself now. I'm a certify other, and myself, I still have a mentor that I
Yeah.
pay him. Because if I don't grow, my game plan's still the same, and people will not hire me because I'm the same coach from 5 years ago. And I don't want to be like that. I
Yeah.
want to grow as I go. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think that your background in engineering has helped at all with the coaching?
Oh, definitely. In the beginning, I questioned it. I was telling my husband why I'm doing this. This is a wasting of time. I wasted 30 years of my career being an engineer and tech, and solving equation and designing bridges and building what I'm doing now in coaching. And after I changed my niche, I realized actually my brain and wired as an engineer, it make me capable to having a strategy in my coaching session. And I would put it this way: I used to build bridges, now I build people dreams. I build it in a way, same thing, I build a building, having a foundation first,
Yeah.
building a foundation, then build up. So I thought it was a wasting time and energy, and now it's my big asset that I had my tech background to
Yeah.
also differentiate me from other coaches, with all respect to all coaches who are not an engineer. But I hear one time an entrepreneur saying 40% of business people are happen to be in engineering. I was like, 40%, that's good. That's a high percentage. I'm happy. Yes. Yeah.
So, how do your clients find you? Does networking play a role in that at all?
Oh, definitely. Networking is very essential. That's the marketing tools that we all use, right? It depends which kind of course, networking you are attending. I'm a big fan of in-person networking. A lot of people, oh, virtual is fine, COVID hit. Okay, I understand that. But if you are able to be in person, face to face, and shake hands, this is way more powerful than me speaking on the computer with someone who are not even interested on the subject. And yes, networking, it's a big deal to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you like in person. How far afield do you go to your meetings?
Right now, as you know, I'm in a DMV area, so I can attend places between Virginia, Washington D.C. and Maryland. And you are familiar with the area; they are all close by, 25 minutes
Yeah.
driving from each other's. Sometimes I feel like I need to kind of be more brave and go beyond other state, New York or Florida. And I am working on that because I want to expand my networking even globally. Because I speak Arabic fluent. In future, I don't mind even come to London for conferences, and my sister lived there, so I would love to come if there is a speaking gigs, if there is any opportunity for networking and scaling my business. I don't mind to even travel outside the United
Yeah.
States.
Yeah. And what do you get from the networking? Why is it so important to you?
Well, what is the purpose of networking? I mean, everybody's attending those networking platforms to gain lessons and expand their exposure to other people who might serve them in the future. I don't get nervous when I go to this network, because when I analysis the reason for this networking is the same reason that everybody attending to know new people. So I don't get shy or scared. Oh, what they think about me? How can I start conversation? No, everybody's coming to those events to expand their networking, and that's why it's called networking. And your podcast, small business and a big networking, right? You
Yeah.
might have a small business, but if you have a big networking, That's mean you have a bigger exposure to different and variety of discipline
Yeah.
on the industry. So I don't only attend tech networking, I expand it to business, communication, AI. I attend a couple of AI networking events and I learn a lot.
Mm.
I learn a lot because AI is not my strength yet. I'm still exploring those new era. So by me just focusing in one place, that does not serve my business, Liz. I
Hmm.
have to be in other places that expand my horizon.
Yeah. Yeah. So is networking something that you encourage your clients to do as well?
Definitely. When we speak about how they want to enlarge their networking and know new people, I said, "What are you doing right now?" They said, "I just go to work and come back home." Okay, how you gonna start a small business by just doing
Mm.
the normal hours and the 8 hours? You're not gonna go anywhere. So I always advise them, and I tell them if that network doesn't work for you, and if you choose the wrong one, just respectfully and nicely just leave,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
You are there to explore and search. We are all searching in this world. Nobody know definitely what's coming up in
Yeah.
that network, but if you are not showing up, if you are not there, how will you know what's there if you are not showing up? So I
Yeah.
always advise them to take the advantage of attending those in-person networks.
Yeah, absolutely. So where is your business going next, do you think? What's the future for your coaching?
That's a good question. I get asked that question last week about another podcast, and I believe, not repeating myself, but I think not my dream, but my goal is to be international.
Mm.
And I'm not saying that just because if I speak other two languages beside English. It's not just that. It's not just the language. It's me having the desire and the capability to reach more women in different country.
Hmm.
So I don't want just to be in a box, comfortable, being United States, talking with the women here. I feel myself going outside United States and talking with other women and
Yeah.
other subject. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. So finally, if anyone listening would like to connect with you, what is the best place for them to do that?
So I only have two platforms. The LinkedIn, it's basically 800%. It's my engineering job.
Hmm.
If they want to scale in the tech world, if they want to have a better LinkedIn page, if they want to, um, grow up as an engineer and tech women, they can contact me through my LinkedIn, Sairan Aqrawi. And if they want something as a side, business, they want to grow as a small entrepreneur or small women business, they can reach me on my Instagram. It's Sairan Aqrawi in one word, and will be more than happy to connect with them.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much for being my guest today.
Thank you very much, Liz, for having me. My pleasure.
Thanks for listening to Small Business, Big Network. If you found this podcast useful, please do rate, review and subscribe. And don't forget to share it with the rest of your network too.